Boys, we have how to properly use Sauda in BTD6. On the main channel, we made a large video on how to use every single hero in the game, but it was pretty high level. It was like what to pair them with, what their strengths and weaknesses are, where to place them, etc. But I didn't dive through a full game and how I like to use them. So here on the side channel, we're going to be doing 2 full runs with each hero, and today's is Sauda. So first of all, she's cheap enough to be placed right away in chimps and on tons of maps. She's strong enough to be able to solo the first few rounds, especially if it's just a single lane map with a bend that you can place her in. She has almost no range, so there are some maps where she's like basically worthless. But on a map like Cracked, she's pretty solid. Even maps like Quad or Workshop, she can be very strong in. But I chose Cracked because we got the extra fireworks, because it is the 4th of July special. So now we can beat the first few rounds with her. We just have to decide what we want to pair with Sauda. So the go-to normally is a Dragon's Breath Wizard because it applies a damage over time effect that's really good with her later levels, and a Relentless Glue. But as for damaging options, you can choose really anything. You're gonna want to try to stay away from something like an Avatar of Wrath that really benefits from Oben buffs or something like that. But any general damage dealer, pretty solid. So I'm thinking we will just back her up with something fun that can see camos and help out. I normally would get down a ninja, but I feel like I've been spamming ninjas recently. So I'm actually going to get a mermonkey. Oh, just in time. I really took my time with that one. And we will make it a top path mermonkey. Like I said, you can really do whatever you want with Sauda, but for now, we'll be big chillin'. I think I'm just going to get an Abyss Dweller. Putting him in this little loop is nice too, because then all his tentacles can get involved. So that's a nice little plus. And then he obviously has the seeking attacks and camo detection from the bottom path. And from here, we're going to want to give Sauda an Alchemist, preferably a 300 Berserker Brew, as that is pretty cheap and actually adds quite a bit of damage to her. So that's probably where we'll be going next. And then we might just keep everything close range. Haven't really decided yet, but we'll figure it out. Here we go, Abyss Dweller. Haven't had to use her ability yet, but we always can. It makes her leap up and land on whatever she's targeting. So first, she'd land on the balloon first, or we can go over to strong, target the strongest balloons. But it can one-shot ceramics, it can pop leads, and then it leaves swords on the track that do damage over time, or contact damage to any balloons that touch them. Very solid ability. If we don't have lead popping power by around 28, we can use it for that, but I'll probably be picking up a value sniper here. A 100, set to strong, just does wonders in the early game, brings whites and blacks down to just blues with the layer skipping, and then like we said, it can pop all the leads for us. Now I have to we'll just get this guy down. I almost never play on Cracked. So I want to take advantage of the nice loops that are in here. So we're going to go for a tax zone most likely. The last guide I made, I don't remember what monkeys we used because it was over a week ago, I believe. I had to go out of town back-to-back weekends, so I have not been publishing much. But I'm hoping that I will not have used like the Tax Zone and Lord of the Abyss for a while. Anyway, now we can either go straight for an overdrive, since the camos should be solved with these, or we can pick up a Berserker Brew. Up to us. I think I'm actually going to pick up the Alchemist. I am debating putting it closest to the tack shooter and then getting another one later, but I think I'm just going to put it right here closest to Sauda, make it a 300. That way we get the AMDs going around early. We have plenty of camo detection or camo popping power between these two towers, like I said, Sauda and a ninja, Sauda and this guy, or even a wizard would have been enough for the 30s. And now I think it's time for the overdrive. Why not? We can always upgrade this guy later if we want to like a main Moab or a 205, but put him far enough away that he won't be in range of a jungle drum, so I'll probably just leave him as a 100. But look at them, just destroying those camo greens. Really, the only camos that might be scary are the camo whites at the end of this round, but watch her absolutely smoke them. We probably won't even have to use an ability. Whew. Coughing out of nowhere. Anyway, here they come. Wait for this. Not even close to getting through. Nice and easy. Now, we'll pick up a village. I don't quite know where I want it. We'll go right here. Why not? Make sure that reaches. Nice. And we'll get jungle drums, ideally before round 40. I would like to get an alchemist and an ice monkey, but I'm not quite sure where I want both of them. But here we go. Jungle drums and Sauda actually makes round 40 very easy. She does a decent amount of damage with her swords, but or with her main attack, but we'll use sword leap right as we break it open. And she just shreds the ceramics inside, which is glorious, if you ask me. And now we'll just give our attack shooter radar scanner. Make sure that we are set for a while. Now in the mid game, we want to make this a stronger stim. Now that Sauda's getting up there in damage. Oh, she does extra damage to stunned and and can pop frozen balloons. So we will add a stun to our setup. And then I believe it's at level 11, she gets extra damage to damage over time towers. So we have several upgrades to do. I think the easiest one right away is just make our alchemist a stronger stim. Next, we'll just get the Abyssal Warrior. It actually does a ton of damage to ceramic balloons with its tentacles. It'll give us extra pierce, and then after that, we will get... I don't really know where I want to put this guy and the ice monkey, actually, because I would love to have it touch the attack shooter, but then where do I squeeze in the ice? These are the questions. Anyway, we have enough for the Abyssal Warrior. And I mean, we can put this guy over here, but that's not affected by jungle drums. All right, let's see how this goes. If I put the ice right here, and we make it a 4-1-0, then, ooh, yes. All right, it just won't have jungle drums, which is a shame, but we'll just leave it as a 3-2-0 Berserker Brew to buff this guy. And just like that, we are set up for the mid game. Holy cow. We have plenty of extra damage. We have our Moab popper, our ceramic popper, and then we just have this guy on top of it. Nice. I'm trying to think what I should pair her with. Normally my mid-game damage dealer is a Dragon's Breath instead of attack shooter, as it gets that fire damage on them, but we'll just have to pick a substitute. Not sure what that'll be at the moment, but we'll figure it out. For now, oh, maybe we'll just get like a glue. That'd be fun. Oh, I guess we're already going a relentless glue. Who knows? Who knows what we'll do? Oh, we could get a stun with this guy. Oh, okay, that'll be fun. That will be awesome. So we can get a primary training to buff our two primary monkeys. We'll get a 4-2-0 bomb shooter back here to add a stun into our setup. And then, yeah, we can get like a balloon solver for damage over time. All right, we're just going to go primary monkeys with Sauda, and I am here for it. What we will do, I mean, we could always pick up a Desperado in back. That'd be kind of fun. Kind of have to just YOLO his extra range, or his his extra attack speed range with the shotgun. But I think we can do it. I think we'll be fine. Like right there is not bad, you know? All right. Anyway, for now, we can get the tack zone. Boom. In time for round 63. We'll see how this goes, actually. Nice. If you really want to, you can sword charge, you can sword leap, sword charge, sword leap round 63. I believe it comes off cooldown time. Look at that. Absolutely shredded that round. And then we can use sword charge. Oh yeah, it would be back in time. And we didn't even need it, but that would have beat the round for us. Definitely skip that song. All right. Now that we're done buffing this guy, we gave him a stronger stim and a primary training for extra pierce. We can get a super brittle. We can get him up and running. Honestly, we might not have enough money for the Desperado, so I'm going to save that for last. All right, Balloon Dissolver. We're going to make this guy a 3-2-0. Then we're going to pick up our Stunner. Just to make sure that we have everything. There we go. Honestly, probably should just go straight for the Balloon Dissolver, but this is much more fun. That's kind of what this run is going to be. We can speed up the rounds. Nothing eventful is going to happen here with any ability usages, as Sauda should kind of carry. There we go. Extra damage to any balloons slowed, immobilized, or taking damage over time. So we have that with the freeze is immobilized, taking damage over time, and stunned. Wait, was stunned in that category? Yes, immobilized. But stunned was in the other category. So now that we have our 4-2-0 balloon impact, actually great for stalling ceramics. Come back here and really add to our damage over time. I guess just damage in general. Should we just go full primary? I was debating getting a Lord of the Abyss and just go on like a ton of Pierce, but we might want to pick up just like a Pex, as that would be pretty. It'd be pretty fun. There we go. Kind of just cruising through the rounds. It's during these times I always debate speeding up the game even more for the sake of not having to fill as much airtime, but I think I will. Go to 10 times speed, and you'll see that the next many rounds we won't even have to use an ability. And if you do, you can just leave your finger on number 2. That way you can use sword charge whenever you want. She just runs through every lane of the map and can pop a couple hundred balloons. I believe it's 400 balloons. So she likely won't get Pierce Caps unless you make like a huge regrow farm or something like that. There we go. We got our tier 5. And now guess we'll go for a super brittle. Super brittle pairs super well with the tack zone. Just a pretty OG combo, really. No complaints about it. Pretty basic though. Nothing wrong with that. And we can slow this down in the 90s. So thing with this strat is we don't have really the most DDT popping power outside of if our Ice Monkey hits them. Luckily, because it's on a bend, it shouldn't be an issue. So we don't need a MIB. In theory, we'll be fine. The only thing is the bad might get too far for the super brittle to hit the DDTs inside. It's the only thing I'm worried about. Could always solve that with a not a final harmonic. What's it called? A symphonic resonance, and bring the DDTs back up with the shell. It's an issue. Oh, I guess we also have the AMDs and the balloon solver, but you guys know what I'm saying. It's not like we have a MIB or a glue storm going on, which we could always involve. Going to have quite a bit of money. I guess I'll see how we handle around 95. See if the this super brittle, it should be able to hit them all pretty easily. Oh, I guess especially once the puddles get involved. Yeah, we are fine. How about this? We just pick up... Do we want a first strike for round 100? Or we could just pick up some spike storms. That's also perfectly fine. Just go down here. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oops. This is probably unnecessary, but this way, if the DDTs do get through, these will pop the outer layers. I don't see them getting through, but that'll be fine. And now we get 2 spike storms for round 100. Here we go. The dreaded round 98 does not even get close to getting through. Holy cow. Our Wombo combo. Oh my goodness. Is the Balloon Solver in first? Let's go. You'll love to see it. We'll wait till the bat is slightly on the track. Use both spike storms and every ability. Oh, the sword charge didn't even get there. There we go. Game 1 in the books. All right, we're going to start off on Encrypted. We're going to put Sauda in the very top middle. She should be able to handle round 6. Don't know about round 7. And then we're going to pair her up with a Dart Monkey that'll become an Ultra Jug. And then definitely the... Oh, we could unlock level 2. That'd be a wild purchase. I don't think I've ever upgraded a hero this early. I just feel like she'll struggle here. Oh, maybe the micro's good. Okay. I feel like she would have leaked without that. But who knows? Not me, that's for sure. Oh, I do wonder. Oh, we might be able to fit like an extra one. Go like this. Is there any benefit to that? I don't know. I feel like there might be. We'll put it off to the side. There we go. And I'll just put the Dart Monkey on strong. Leave Sauda on first. That way all the greens will get brought down to blues for her. Then we can remove this and get a wizard. Or we could save up and make this guy like a... I want to make him a 3-2-0, but the top path would not help right now. Okay. I wonder... 345. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Just for that. Just get quick shots for now. And work our way there. Like that extra pierce, not very helpful, but now that Sauda has leaping sword attack, we can use that as a get out of jail free card. There we go. I'll just put this guy on first now. There we go. The bouncing projectiles and Encrypted, always a good time. We can remove this, get a sub, or remove this and get a wizard. Up to us. I think I'm going to get the sub. Sub's really... Dude, I am not used to the wizard being cheaper than the submarine now. That is wild. 270. I don't know if I'll ever get used to that. All right, it's probably the second round of yellows we can use leaping sword attack. Though, yeah, I didn't need it. Here we go. Put the sub down. This guy will become a submergence support. That way we won't need count detection on this guy. And now we get to decide. Oh, we'll probably want... Going to want an alchemist and a wizard here. So what order do I want to get those in? That's the question. Here we go. Get you down. Leads are now solved. Camo's not an issue with Sauda. Is this the same looking statue as that on Dark Dungeon? Is that a known thing? It reminds me of it a lot. I wonder if there's any lore behind that. If there is, I do not remember it. There we go. Wall of Fire. Make this a 0-2-2. Add some pierce to that thing and camo detection. And then we'll pick up an alchemist. And everything will be awesome. Sometimes I do like getting like a 5-0-2 or a 2-0-5 even wizard, as it can see on this map specifically to see over the walls, but we'll just play it by the book, I guess. Do we want... What do we want to upgrade next? We could get an alchemist. We could get this guy to a juggernaut, which is surprisingly cheap. Or we could pick up twin guns. I think we're just going to go juggernaut, man. Juggernaut's a good time. Will help with the ceramics and fortified. Lots of pierce. Good on this map. Can't really complain, I guess. But here, this is it popping leads. How nice is that? Even the swords left on the track can pop them. There we go. Heck yeah. Now we just have to hope for good bounces. But Moab should be pretty easy. We can use the ability right away. Get some nice damage on it, and then this guy can pop all the ceramics inside probably. What's up with the music? How long has that been off? Oh, there we go. Just in between songs. Ooh. Round 33. Should be fine with all the camos. I just have to decide if I want to go to a Dragon's Breath or pick up an Alchemist first. And then what will I want to do for late game damage? If we have an Ultra Jug, that's super cheap. We'll have to figure out what else we want in there. And we could put mortars on the outside or aces or helis. We could upgrade this guy all the way to a Wizard Lord Phoenix if we really want to. Doesn't really matter. Oh, I guess in the primary we could put down a Desperado even. It's not that great of a spot for it. Alright, Dragon's Breath. Nice. So the Alchemist would be really good right next to it for now, but I kind of want it on the Sauda later on. So I think I'm just going to stick with the Sauda. No damage dealer is just speaking to me right now, if that makes sense. So let's just pick this guy up. And we'll just keep scrolling. Play it by ear. It's typically how I go about things. Definitely not the best way to do it. It's what is the most fun to me, though. So what we could do is get a biggest one, like a 502. Get the burn for Sauda and the stuns. Or because we already have burns, go a 520. That'd be cool. Kind of want to do that. Even though we could go Striker Jones. But oh well. Anything we want? Oh, I guess we can make it a stronger stim now. Can we activate that? I want to do that at the beginning, but I was a little distracted. Because I think, oh yeah, the Juggernaut smoked that round. Holy cow. Make you a 520 for sure. And then we're going to make this guy a, probably just a 420. Why not? I know Submergence support is enough, but you have so much money in Chimps mode, especially on maps like this, where I just like getting the reactor. It makes it so consistent. And who doesn't like auto popping the lets? You know? All right. We'll make it a 401. You convinced me. But yeah, now no DDT will get through. Not even close. And then we can get our biggest one out here after we get the Ultra Jug. This is a really long map because you have to wait for everything to go around. So I'm actually going to speed things up. Well, probably not that fast. There we go. To 5x instead of 3x. So that's why everything's attacking fast. And we will just save up to an Ultra Jug. Having its attacks bounce off obstacles on a fully enclosed area is glorious. But 16k, not bad at all. All right, now that Moabs are starting to come, we're not in trouble because Sauda actually does pretty solid damage and we have our Dragon's Breath. But as you can see, they're not getting popped instantly like we would want. But there we go. That's what the Ultra Jug is for. There's no way they get through now. Giving us plenty of time. I have to decide what I want to do with my village. Right? Because we're going to get a mortar. We already have camo detection, and the biggest one can pop everything else, so I guess might as well make this a 202. Get you. Just put it right in the middle there. If you want, you could micro it. It's not needed. And we'll probably wait till the big one. We'll wait till the big one to give it a Berserker Brew. Big one for Berserker Brew. The biggest one will make it a stronger stim. Even though technically you can leave a biggest one with a Berserker Brew because the attack's so slow, but I like to spend that shmoney. So we honestly could speed the rounds up even more. Now that we will once it's mostly Moabs coming in, we have to wait for them to get all the way around. Because look at this, takes a while. I do enjoy sometimes Chad here can just see through walls. I don't know if that's happened this game yet, but every once in a while you'll just see him like randomly attack. Hopefully it happens this next round before things get in. Ready? Oh, maybe it's like, maybe they have to be BFBs or bigger. Who knows? Anyway, we'll speed things back up. Round 63 should get smoked. Our Ultra Jug and Mortar both destroy this round. Yeah. But Sauda's biggest impact so far was definitely the early game. She kind of carried, but from here, we're just going to go straight to a biggest one. And who knows after that? Round 65, yeah. We'll make things 10 times speed. Hopefully that's not too bad to watch. Let me know if it is, because then I won't speed it up like this in the future, but maybe we'll just pick a different map, one that doesn't take so long. Look at that, the mortar. Almost popping the BFB before it even made it to the center. And if you micro it, it'll do even better. So Sauda, where are you? Slowed, immobilized, or taking damage over time. And 7. There's extra damage if they are stunned. Nice. This is gonna be a great combo, or already is. I always, how do I want to word this? I feel like the go-to combo of just the Relentless Glue doing both is the obvious one, but I always try to mix up the towers. Because why not? Especially if you're only doing this for the fireworks this run. If you're going for a black border, I understand going completely overkill. But in all my previous runs, we've done a Relentless Glue, which we can do again. I'll throw it down just to be like by the book. But it is fun mixing in a stun from something else, if you ask me. All right, rounds 78 and 79 give a ton of money, so we'll probably get it here, would be my guess. Be surprised if we don't. Very surprised. Nice. Look at those stuns. You'll love to see it. Oh, I guess that was technically a bad upgrade. We did not need to upgrade it to a 320 for now, but once it's a stronger stim, the middle path becomes very important. Dang, even the ZMG getting smoked. I honestly don't even think the Monkey Commerce saved enough money to justify its purchase. I was thinking we might buy another monkey out here, but I don't think we are. So now we can upgrade this guy. We can pick up support monkeys or primary monkeys. Thinking, like I said, we're just going to get the 0, 2, 4. Set them to strong, because that slows down the balloons, making it super easy for everything to pop, and adds the stun, and everyone is happy in our little circle. And now we can get anything. Is there a fun support? I don't even know if you can fit a Spectre in here. I think you can. Other than that, can we? Oh, nope. primary monkey. We could get a glaive lord in there. That'd be funny. The ultra jug on this map just saves us so much money because it's a mid-game carry that definitely overperforms on a map like this. But yeah, I guess we should probably get a single target damage dealer for the Moab, or for the pad, not the Moab. What can you see in here? A cripple would be funny. Sure. I assume we'll get enough for a cripple, enough money. I am now realizing that that slowed down the game, so that's on me. But we have so much ceramic popping power between our ultra jug and the biggest one that I did not want to get something like a glaive lord. Or oh, those actually got kind of far. Sorry, I completely blanked. I didn't want to get something like a glaive lord or like a perma charge or something like, or anything along those lines. So I kind of got this on a whim. We could have got like a perma spike. That would have been fun. Or maybe a Meg. Meg would have been awesome. Let's see how we do against these. Actually, once there was more than the 3, we did pretty well. Maybe we were just waiting to decamo them or something along those lines. Holy cow. Yeah, the biggest one was definitely the play here. Nice. 205,000. 814,000. Fair enough. Holy cow. There we go. Around 95. Lots of stuns going on. You'll love to see it. Guess we do have 3 stunning towers. And we are almost at our cripple. You know, the cripple has an AoE attack? Everything it shoots, it can hit up to like 8 balloons around it or something like that. So it can pop like a bunch of ceramics with every shot. The more you know. There you go. Speed. Oh, I think I'm just going to rotate between 5 and 10 times speed on this map. If they're taking a super long time. From here, I think we're good. I don't think we need anything else. If you wanted to add some single target damage at first strike, could you afford a first strike in time? Probably. First strike for around 100. Some spike storms, who knows? But we'll be fine. More than fine. Oh, maybe you couldn't afford a first strike in time. Oh yeah, I was just being silly. Anyway, from here, if you want to add some single target damage, you can sword leap attack it. It does do a decent amount, but it's probably not going to make the difference. There we go. Slow the game down. Use the ability again. I guess I shouldn't say probably won't make the difference. If you're in a shorter map, it could. Very easily could make the difference. But from here, we should break the bat open. And pop the DDTs inside. Sword charge goes several times at later levels. So right now it's up to twice, and at 20 it'll be 3 times. So actually a great cleanup option. And there we go. That's how to properly use Sauda in BTD6. 2 full runs.